G'day folks, it's Robert from Outback Equipment. Today's tinny build series we'll be installing some LED lights, some of the interior and exterior lights. Join us along with the install today. So guys, with our first install, we're doing exterior lights. We're replacing actually a Bung Light. So a cool little product from Relaxn, come in different colours and different size range to suit your standard 20mm bung up to your 40mm, replacing aluminium and fiberglass hulls. So yeah, we'll run you through these ones here. In the box, you've got your LED Bung Light, your wiring. This is a nice simple setup where you've got your positive, negative. You may have to extend that obviously to your switch. In the kit also too, you've got your screws, fittings, heat shrink. You will require obviously your Sikaflex. And guys, here's Reece, our 12-volt expert, to help us along with the install. Mate, take it away.
Thanks, Rob.
So we've got Reece at the back of the boat. We're lined up where we're actually wanting to mount the actual bung. Off the left center there, it's in line with the actual rib. We're outlining a circle of our hole saw, just with a marker pen. So this stage of the install, we're just using your drill and hole saw, marking out your line and simply drilling a hole. Shit, watch the fuel tank.
Now you say so.
It's on the ground behind me.
Oh.
Alright guys, so next step, we're going to be feeding the cable through. So after we've fed the cable through, we're just going to mark out where we're going to be drilling the bolts through to hold the bung light in. So I'm just going to use the end of a drill bit to score a mark on the transom, and then tiny little marks so we know where to drill. Next step guys, we're just going to be drilling. Just to make the second hole easier, we've drilled the first one. We're going to send this first screw through to make sure it holds the bung in place, and then we're going to drill through the other side so we're not drilling in the wrong spots.
So guys, once you've drilled your holes, next step, using your Sikaflex gun, we want to pump the Sikaflex just in and around the bung hole. Because it's got a good area surface, you can basically pump as much as you want on it and just wiping the exterior off with either metho or methylate spirits.
Alright guys, so we're just going to be lining up the holes again after we've Sikaflex. Place it on evenly, nice and snug, hold it in place, making sure we get a good watertight seal, and then running with the drill bit.
So guys, we've just finished around with your Sikaflex, tightening that up with a bit of methylate spirits, basically screwing your bung. Job done.
Alright guys, so moving on to the next step in the install, we're just going to be doing the wiring. We're going to run it to a switch box that we already have mounted in the boat. Just standard positive and negative. On this particular kit, black is your negative, white is your positive. Tinned wire, just because it's a marine application as well. So just moving on through the next wiring process, we're just going to be extending our wires so we can actually reach our switch panel on the other side of the boat. We're just going to be soldering and then covering it with heat shrink to make a good, strong electrical connection. Alright guys, so we're just going to be covering our wire in some convoluted split tube just to keep it protected, stop it from rubbing on any materials, so that way we can't get any shorts down the track. Once we get it on, we just feed it all the way down.
Now that we've run all the power to the switch in the switch panel here, done the fascia plate all back up, we're just going to check that the light actually works. Moving on to the next part of our install, Rob's unfortunately had to leave us for the day, so I'm going to be taking over. So we're just going to run through the Relaxn dual color lights. These are an 12-24 volt IP67 rated marine light. They've got your amber color and your cool white. It has a polycarbonate lens. The unit itself measures at 231mm by 51mm by 58mm, so it's nice and compact. We're just going to quickly cover what comes with the product itself. So out of the box, we have the light itself. Comes nicely wrapped, packaged. Comes with a foam insert for the base of it. And then obviously your pre-wired light as well. It also does come with two mounting bolts with nylock nuts and Allen key heads. So we're just going to quickly cover some of the tools that I'm going to be using to install in the Outback Equipment tinny today. First off, we're just going to use a shifter for our little bolts. We're going to need some drill bits. I've got some wire strippers, wire cutters and crimpers, soldering iron, crimp terminals, electrical tape, and an Allen key. Alright guys, so jumping into the install, we're going to be mounting these under our side pockets underneath. So I'm just basically picturing where I'm going to mount the bolts from the top, and then we're going to do a cheat way. So I know the light's going to mount that way. I've got my foam insert with the drill holes already pre-cut into it. So that's an easy template for all of our bolts. The light's going to go underneath, but we're going to drill from the top just so it makes it easier for us. So moving on to the next step, we're just going to be mounting the unit itself to the bottom of the pocket using the provided hardware and get it bolted in. Alright guys, so that pretty well wraps up the install. We've run the cable all the way to our switch panel, run it back to our battery. Now all that's left to do is making sure that the lights actually work and give them a test. Alright guys, that wraps up our install. As you can see, the sun's going down. We've got our 2 lights installed and we've got everything good to go. Guys, these lights from Relaxn are great products. You get them on outbackequipment.com.au if you're looking for them. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure you give us a like down below. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and we'll get back to you. Make sure you subscribe and we'll catch you in the next episode.
Ah. Oh, it's still, oh no. Oh no.
Stop it.
No, it's too late.